So in Apple's most recent launch event, they were bringing out the brand new lineup of the iPad and the iPad Air, and for me, I was so excited. I'm sure you guys were too. Now, they definitely took into account the consumer and the fact that the pricing is on point, and the features which you're going to be getting is going to be even better. So we're going to talk about that today and a bunch more. So. Hey guys, this is Darren with Everyman Tech, your one-stop shop for tech reviews and tech how-to videos. And today we're going to be talking about the newly released iPad and the iPad Air, which is coming out this fall. And we're going to break these down in 5 categories. We're going to break this down in price, options, tech specs, main features, and of course accessories. So stay tuned as we talk about these great products. Alright, so the great stuff. First you want to know how much these are going to cost you, right? Of course. Now, for the iPad, you're going to have a starting price of $329, and with that price, you're going to get 32 gigs of memory, or you can upgrade for $429 and get 128 gigs of memory. So you can have a little flexibility with the memory, and you know, and for people who don't understand the memory, you definitely have a lot of capacity with 32, but if you do a lot of files or you're going to do a lot of heavy working, I would definitely suggest you get the 128. And on the other side, for the iPad Air, the iPad Air was going to be starting out with a starting price of $599, and that's with 64 gigs of memory. But you can also upgrade for another $749 and get 256 gigs of memory. So you can definitely see that the pricing difference is a lot different as far as the iPad and iPad Air is concerned. But the price difference is definitely related to the tech that's involved with it. We'll get into that a little later. Alright guys, so now let's talk about the tech specs of both iPads. Now first, for the regular iPad, you're going to be getting the A12 BIONIC chip. Also, you'll be getting the 8 megapixel front and back facing camera, and you're going to be getting 32 gigabits and 128 gigabits of storage space. I know I talked about the storage space before in the beginning, but that's what we want to emphasize, that that's the main option that you will be getting. So definitely keep that in mind when you're making your purchase decision. And for the iPad Air, now the BIONIC chip you're getting is the A14, which is double the size and double the power and capacity of the A12, and you're also going to be getting double the memory with that 64 gigabytes and the 256 gigs of memory. And also, what you'll notice with the difference with the camera is that you'll be getting, your camera will be a 12 megapixel front facing camera and a 7 megapixel rear camera. For a lot of those features, basically the camera, now you're also going to be getting crisp pictures and take great crisp videos with either one. But you'll definitely notice those differences if you're doing a lot of focus shooting or a lot of vivid, fast moving video recording. So definitely keep that in mind when you're making your purchase decision between either one. Now in regards to the BIONIC chips between each one, now let's just keep this in perspective. With the A12, which is double the size of the previous 7th generation with the A10 Fusion chip. Now with the A12 BIONIC chip of the regular iPad, you have enough power and drive to actually do 4K editing, use AR apps, and to play a lot of high-end games. And that's with the A12. Now if you want to kick it up a notch and you're really doing a lot of heavy editing and you're really doing a lot of heavy work with it, maybe music producing, video recording, things of that nature, a lot of app development, you definitely want to take a look at the iPad Air, because with the A14 you're getting the same but double the speed and double the power, graphical power of the regular A12 with the A14 BIONIC chip. So definitely keep that in mind, especially for you guys who do a lot of heavy gamers, a lot of heavy video editing, a lot of those heavy tasks, not just the regular web browsing, things of that nature. Now the color options are as follows. For the iPad, they come in 3 iconic colors of space gray, silver, and gold. And on the iPad Air side, you also get those same 3 colors, but in addition to those colors, you get green and you get sky blue. So 2 extra colors, but those colors are pretty nice. And again, those are the options for the colors. Now, you know, as with the other iPads that Apple ever came out with, you can do a multitude of tasks and a lot of different functions with them, depending on what you're using it for. And with the new iPad and the iPad Air, is no different. Now, you're going to be able to do a lot of your schoolwork, editing, gaming, video recording, you know, just a lot of stuff that you do in your daily tasks, even if you're making plans or you're just doing a lot of report writing with the apps, and you're doing a lot of, like, you know, just little quick gaming here and there, regular web browsing, and even with drawing, you know, they have, and we're going to talk about the drawing with the accessories as each one has with the Apple Pencil. And yeah, so the main features are pretty basic as with any other iPad, so there's really not much to get into. And for a lot of my iPad users out there, you already know what they're doing, so I don't need to beat your head to death with those features at all. So, but I am going to talk about the main 3 features, the accessories that you definitely should be considering when you're deciding between either iPad, because this is going to definitely narrow down your purchasing decision coming up. And those features, or those accessories rather, we're going to be about the 3 compatible keyboards that you have to decide between whether you're going with the iPad or the iPad Air. And those 3 keyboards are the Magic Keyboard, Smart Keyboard, or the Smart Keyboard Folio. I know it's like, which keyboard do I choose? It's like 3 different ones, but I know they all look alike. You might think they are alike, but it actually got some minor differences, and I'm going to talk about those differences right about now. So here we go. Now, if you don't want to maybe pay the $299 for the Magic Keyboard, you also have the second option would be your Smart Keyboard Folio, which starts at $179.99. Now, some things before we even talk about it, just want to let you know that the Smart Keyboard Folio is only compatible with the iPad Air. So if you're not considering the regular iPad Air, you want the iPad original, the 10.2-inch screen, that you will not be able to use this keyboard. So this keyboard again only goes with the iPad Air, which is set to release this October. And the main difference between that one is the fact that with the Smart Keyboard Folio, it's the same design as a cheaper Smart Keyboard, but this has a much stronger, thicker material, which actually gives you more added protection for your iPad. So it's a little heavier than your regular lightweight folding keyboard case, but it actually adds more protection. But it still offers the different viewing angles that you want it more vertical or you want it slanted down, like, again, depending on your viewing angle. So definitely consider that. Again, that's the Smart Keyboard Folio for $179. That's only compatible with the iPad Air and not the regular iPad, the 10.2-inch screen one. All right, and last but not least, we have this regular Smart Keyboard. That's the original Smart Keyboard that Apple came out with, even for their previous generation iPad. And a lot of my users out there are already familiar with this one, but for those who aren't, just know that this is the cheaper, more budget-friendly one, starting at $159, and it offers some of the same features as the Smart Keyboard Folio for $179, but this one is mainly compatible with the regular iPad only. Again, that's more your budget-friendly one, but the case is a little bit more lightweight. So unlike the more added padded protection with the Smart Keyboard Folio for the iPad Air, this one is actually a lot lighter material, so it offers a little less protection, unfortunately. But rest be sure that if you're keeping your iPad, that's even for the iPad or the iPad Air, you should be keeping it in a more protected case. And there's other more affordable or more other options, like, you know, padded cases, and you have your laptop bags and etc. that has padding in it too. So for some, it might not really be an issue, big issue, but just keep in mind that if you are, again, considering a cheaper option iPad, this is the only compatible case, the Smart Keyboard case will be the only one that you will actually be able to use for that, and you won't be able to use the Smart Keyboard Folio or the Magic Keyboard that just came out by Apple. So definitely keep that in mind. And another thing I want to mention between the two iPads for those who are still on the fence of which one they should purchase. Now, for me personally, for what I do, I'm definitely going to go with the iPad Air because I'll definitely want the more editing power, more graphics for the games, for my lot of content that I use to actually do my videos, and a lot of, especially like for instance Adobe CC, and I know a lot of my creators out there know what I'm talking about. And even if you like doing art or doing a lot of stuff like that, you definitely going to want something more powerful. And as we all know, with pictures and video files, they are really, really big. So that 64 gig and 256 gig is definitely gonna be more as a benefit to me and for others who are using it for a lot of videos and photo work. It's definitely going to be, you know, more beneficial to have that double storage capacity. Now, for not taking anything away from the regular iPad with the 32 gig and 128 gig 128 gigabytes of memory space, but those are going to be more for like your kids is playing games, or you know, just like if students, or you just doing a lot of regular web browsing. You maybe open up a document here and there to do some work. Now, because that's what 32 gigs and 128 gigs for documents and little light tasks, like, you know, just saving bookmarks or websites and stuff like that, and maybe even some app usage. That's way more than enough space, especially for kids, for that. So me personally, you won't even need to get the iPad Air for your kids or just some lightweight use. You just think you have that, save that money, and definitely, you know, get it for what you want. Because like I say in all my other videos, plus this one, I'm gonna say again, is that you definitely want to buy tech for what you use it for, and definitely, you know, so that way you're getting the most out of your money, whether you're spending more or you're spending less. Then that way you'll be happy with the tech that you're using and not overpaying or underpaying for features that you may never use or that you know that you will use. So definitely keep that in mind. So definitely want to put that tip out there if you're still on the cuffs of deciding which one to buy for this upcoming season. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. We'll definitely have more of a different, more, you know, thorough review when I actually get my hands on the regular one and the iPad Air, which I'm going to be getting in October. So I'll have the unboxing and the more thorough review, and you know, just some real life scenarios as far as doing some work on it. I will edit the video with them, so that you can definitely see the editing power of that A12 and A14 BIONIC chip. And also, again, that's one to let you guys make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers at least by the end of the year. Hope I can get up to 1,000, but you know, I know with you guys' support I will get there. And again, I want to appreciate you guys for taking this time out and taking a look at this video, and I hope the content helps you in making these great purchase decisions is coming up, because this fall is going to be great. Well, I know we got the Xbox, we got the PS5, we gonna have Apple, you know, I'm sure everybody else is going to unload a bunch of stuff as we get closer to the Christmas season. So again, definitely subscribe and definitely comment and definitely hit the like button, which I will definitely appreciate. And again, I want to have a question of, you know, which iPad are you going to consider if you're even into iPads? iPad Air or iPad regular? So again, this is Darren with Everyman Tech. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.